Good morning, everybody. Even though it's not morning time, but what's up? So, seems like the SEC has approved an ETF that is being exposed to Bitcoin. So, not exactly a Bitcoin ETF, but an exchange traded fund that is going to be simply exposing investors to Bitcoin via other companies. So let's get into it, right? SEC approves Volt Equity ETF providing exposure to Bitcoin-centric companies. And the subtitle says, regulators have green-lighted a new exchange-traded fund that provides exposure to Bitcoin industry revolution companies. All right. The United States Security and Exchange Commission, or SEC, has approved the Volt Crypto Industry Revolution and Tech ETF, providing investors with easy access to companies with significant exposure to Bitcoin. The exchange-traded fund, which was approved on Tuesday, is intended to track so-called Bitcoin industry revolution companies, which are defined as entities that hold a majority of their net assets in BTC, Bitcoin, or derive a majority of their earnings from Bitcoin mining, lending, or transacting, according to an SEC filing. 80% of the fund's holdings will be allocated to such companies, the prospective states. The new ETF will appear as a New York Stock Exchange ARCA listing under the ticker symbol BTCR. So, if you're looking forward to holding this ETF, remember the ticker sign is BTCR. Alright. U.S. securities regulators have been deliberating for years whether to approve their first Bitcoin ETF. Last Friday, the SEC announced it would delay its decision on 4 Bitcoin ETFs by 45 days, pushing back the timelines on the Global X Bitcoin Trust, Valkyrie XBTO Bitcoin Futures Fund, Wisdom Tree Bitcoin Trust, and Cryptoin Bitcoin ETF to November 21st, December 8th, December 11th, and December 24th, respectively. But clearly not, because they accepted, well, kinda. They kind of accepted a Bitcoin ETF. Unlike other proposals for a physically backed Bitcoin ETF, the newly approved Volt Equity Fund doesn't track the price of Bitcoin or hold the asset in custody. So that is an important part to remember, okay? This exchange traded fund is not going to be something that settles in Bitcoin or is required to hold Bitcoin so that they can facilitate trades utilizing this ETF. All right. It is an equity fund that does not track the price of Bitcoin, nor does it hold the asset in custody. Rather, it seeks exposure to companies that generate a significant portion of their business from Bitcoin-related activities. As such, the Volt product is the closest thing U.S. investors have to a pure play Bitcoin ETF for now. So, the rest you guys can read. The point is, we have been looking forward to getting an ETF all this time. Well, I haven't. I honestly don't care that much because I don't need rich people to get into Bitcoin to know that Bitcoin is a good investment. But the point is the SEC was not willing to expose investors directly to Bitcoin. And I kind of expected this anyway, because why would they? It would send Bitcoin absolutely to the moon. But they did do something that's, I guess, close enough. And in this case, I guess it's better than them having an ETF that allows them to not settle it in Bitcoin, but it's supposedly, you know, directly a Bitcoin investment, and only ends up just being a bunch of contracts that they can sell to anybody as if it were Bitcoin, only to basically, you know, I guess circumvent the 21 million limitation of Bitcoin by creating as many contracts as they want, which would be kind of disastrous, kind of like gold, I guess, right? because you can give people as many gold, stock, contracts as you want, even outside the supply of gold, which, is the reason why you see gold at the price that it is. Because if you were just trading only real gold and stuck to the limited amount of gold that actually existed, along with the fact that it has utility, gold would be so much more than 2K. Easily. That mess should be like more towards 30K. Shoot, 50K for goodness sake. But for now, this is what we've got. This is what the SEC is willing to give. And it's not like it matters, because at the same time, the world is changing because of Bitcoin, and people are noticing. So for all those who want to still get in before Bitcoin hits 100K, you have plenty of time so far. All right, y'all. Well, if you didn't know, now you know. All right. Peace.